What do you get when you put two ladies and one guy on my couch?
What?
Anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Chat. And today we have a beautiful surprise for you. Other than the three ladies you always see, we have a surprise guest. And even before I introduce myself, let me just welcome him to the floor. Let's give it up for Bill. Okay, and I have my lovely sister here, Kahoni Nyambe. I'm clapping alone.
Oh, you doesn't even want to clap. No, Donga, I miss you, but we love Bill, but I miss you.
Exactly. Sadly, we just had to.
Hey,
we had
sorry,
this pressure. We had this pressure from
you.
society that was whispering gender equality. So we had to.
Who are those?
We had to like.
Have you
balance it
guys
out.
been asking? We heard.
Yeah. So.
No, but what a time to be alive. I've been waiting to make my debut on
Let's chat.
We are glad
dying.
to have
I've
you,
been
bro.
Dying to come here.
Yeah, I've been dying. I was in the coffee.
Okay, and it's your girl Tasha here, Tasha Lesta, and I know you missed me. I know you never want to see me go, but
Do
yes,
we?
I'm never gonna leave you.
Right.
Yeah, like that. Get your ex.
You can say
Away from Tasha.
This is why I wanted to be on this show. This is why I wanted to
I'm sorry, that came from the blue. So today we'll be looking at a very beautiful topic,
Okay.
and that is the wonder of
The wonder.
self-belief.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Self-belief.
Wow. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm also excited.
I think for starters, what would we say self-belief is? What is self-belief?
Yeah.
I'll let you have that.
Well, I'm gonna take it up. I think when you put self and belief together, it should actually mean you having faith in the person that you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, I feel we need to consider the work that God put in us, in making us. You know, because like when God was creating man, when He was creating me, when He was creating you, He put in so much. He put in beauty, He put in ability, talent, and everything.
Okay.
And if we can believe, if we can look into that and have faith to like express that outwardly, I feel that's self-belief.
I feel like you've said so much just right there. So God gave us abilities and He put stuff in us.
Yeah.
Wow. And what stuff is that?
What stuff has God put in us? What hasn't He put in us is the real question. God has gifted us with talents and potential and so much identity.
Mm-hmm.
I know as Christians, it's very easy to lean to God's divine power and God coming through for us and miracles and all these good stuff, the blessings and God's divine hand. That's beautiful stuff. Like God will come through, He does show up, He's always in the neighborhood. But then there's another place, There's something else inside us. There's a place for our own abilities, our own power, due to a lack of better term. Our own power to do certain things, certain phenomenal things, Being human doesn't mean you're simple. It doesn't mean that you have to rely on God.
We echo that. Being human doesn't mean what?
It doesn't mean you're simple. We're not ordinary beings as human beings.
Okay.
Actually,
so you're not just human.
We're not just
it's
human.
not okay for us to tolerate certain things.
Exactly. And the Bible actually constantly brings out how there's power that's at work in us. The power according to the power that works in us. It's not about God. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's about God. It's not about God. There's another place. There's another superpower that we have in us. And self-belief activates that. It activates that power to do phenomenal things, to cross the borders.
So what you're saying is that self-belief is the key to activate this. Like just the mere act
Yes.
of believing in myself
Shocking, right?
can unlock me to a different world of possibilities.
To yourself, actually. It's not even that you're going to be leaving yourself and entering a different realm. It's going to unlock you to your true inherent identity, your potentials, your abilities, because there's a lot in you. There's a lot in you, there's a lot in you.
So I guess this marks the difference between one individual who was at one point underperforming and sitting on their potential and their underlying gifts, and the next minute he's like conquering the world with all these ideas and creativity and whatnot. What exactly can we say that it was deliverance? You know,
You have a point.
Exactly. I mean, what exactly do we go to pray for to go to the front? Because I feel like in some believers' minds, when they go to the altar to be prayed for, they are being prayed for a dramatic shift in lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I should feel something, I should hear something.
So that your life should automatically. But then, we're saying that even before we go there, just the mere act of believing in yourself.
That shift in mindset, that shift
in
spirit attitude. Yeah.
Wow.
That shift in, moving from I can't do this to being so convicted that I can do anything.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's the real magic.
That is very beautiful. Well, I think, in addition to what you have said and what I have picked, that self-belief is believing in your inherent potentials, you know. I feel like it's understanding that there is this particular power that is in you, right? Yeah. So when you look at yourself and you look at some of the things that you can imagine yourself doing. For instance, we have our wildest dreams and our biggest ambitions, especially when we're at our best motivation, right? Yeah. And then believing that the you that is you can actually achieve those things and has that unmatched power, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like that is self-belief in itself.
Yeah.
No, but I have a question for someone out there. I feel like someone is asking, how do I know I have the potential to become this person? Like, I get it. You have to believe in what you have and what you can do. But how do you know what you can do? Like, what exactly can you do? How do I know that I can sing and I should believe in that?
Okay. I think in our previous episodes of Let's Chat, for starters, we were talking about how God already wants you to be a success.
Yeah.
Like, He has, you don't have to pray. I feel like, there was a point in, like, growing up and, like, being, I don't know if I should say religious, when I thought that, what is the will of God in my life?
Yeah,
Does He want me to, like, fail or pass?
You're trying to convince God to ensure
yes.
something.
But then there are certain questions that we cancelled out to say, some of these shouldn't even be in a dilemma. Automatically, God wants you to progress. He wants you to be successful. He wants you to be prosperous. And then now understanding in what dimension. I feel like that's where self-discovery comes in. And even the mandate that we have as believers with regards to dominating. When you reach in a particular place, what is your sphere of influence? You know what I mean? Are you the one who submits to... Are you the one who feels inferior in a particular place, or are you the one who makes impact? And not just by, like, not through arrogance or trying to make yourself known, but I feel like your self-investment also automatically speaks for itself. So I feel there's all of that in discovering what exactly is in you.
So if I'm to pinpoint what you said is that for you to believe in yourself, you have to go on a journey of self-discovery.
Yes.
Okay, so that you're able to know what you can do exactly.
True that. I think I would like to give like an example of like self-belief, right? There's a point when people like believe in you, like they, you can do this, you can do that. But then there's times when life bullies you real hard. Like life hits you,
and life doesn't.
Sometimes you don't need actual bullies to come and tell you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not beautiful enough. You just need life to hit you for you to start changing your narratives, for you to start doubting certain things. When you see yourself getting a 20%, if you've never gotten a bad grade, and then you look at your grades for the first time, you get a low grade and you're like, what's happening to me? For the longest time you defined yourself by your previous results, and then you see yourself, go down in grades, And
What
then
changed?
I feel like I went through a particular time when that happened to me.
Yeah.
And then I learned that really I'm like there's more to me, there's more potential even when I don't
This
get the grades I want. And
Yeah.
so I will use my potential to up my game and ask myself how can I do better? You
Yeah.
know, it's understanding how I can manipulate the
The situations.
Yes.
Okay.
So the situations aren't defining you. Your
No.
grade isn't telling you this is who you are. It's actually
No.
telling you up your game. You
That's
have
true.
more potential than
That's
this,
true.
you know?
That's true. So our belief isn't coming from the results.
The result.
It's from something within, something much deeper.
Yes. So whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, where you come from, wherever, the fact is that you have power and potential within you. You have power and potential, within you.
Speaking about situations and how they sometimes deter us, I feel like people at the top, people who've like made great things out of their lives, sometimes face this type of things, where presently the situation doesn't look like anything worth believing in. It doesn't show you to be anything worth believing in. If anything, it proves that you're probably out of your mind. Because I feel like most of these great ideas are usually crazy at the beginning.
Yes.
People will question you and ask you like, can you really do it? Like just give in. You question yourself and say, am I
No,
really
but I do
doing
hate them
something?
because like if you say you are this and then the situation is
Yes,
Exactly.
like we want to see results.
Yeah.
Exactly. Away from
Yeah.
the naysayer, thinking to yourself, I mean the journey between point A and
Yeah.
actually getting there, it's mountains.
And not just people, but I think situations speak.
Yeah,
so
they
like
do.
they have a voice that tells you you're not good enough.
Yeah.
This you're.
Yeah, and I feel like you
no,
don't
but
have
even
that.
just the facts though, because
Yeah.
the facts can say you're not this, you're not this.
You don't have the qualifications.
But I do get because I think that's why it's called self-belief. It's not really something that's
It's
like
not global
factual.
belief.
It's having
factual
faith,
belief,
and
yeah.
your faith
Wonder
doesn't really
faith.
work on complete
Oh, yeah.
situations.
True
Situations.
that.
Like a
So-
mustard seed.
So just because it's in you doesn't mean you automatically have the faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You know,
doesn't
you
mean you
have to
automatically
really
believe. It's you to work yourself
It's
to
something
believe
you
in
have.
what
It's a
you
muscle.
have.
You have to sort of exercise, and it gets stronger with time.
Yeah. Okay.
On that note, I would like us to look at this video. You'd love it, you guys. It's by Forbes, and it paints
Love the movie.
Yeah.
it
Let's
paints
start with the
such
clip,
a
oh.
scenario. Sorry. Kindly roll the clip.
Tyler Perry is an actor, writer, director, producer, and billionaire. But he didn't get to where he is easily. Perry was born into a poor family in New Orleans. He was abused as a child, having a painful and lonely adolescence. Then, Oprah happened.
Hi, everybody!
She had a segment about how journaling could be therapeutic, and it clicked with him. Writing became his outlet, and he channeled all his hurt and abuse and rage into letters, which became the inspiration for his first play, I Know I've Been Changed. He moved to Atlanta and invested his life savings into this production. It was not a hit. There wasn't anyone in the audience when it had its opening night in 1992. But Perry was determined to not let his play fail, so he lived out of his car while he tweaked the production, designing the set, making programs, hanging lights, even selling snacks during intermission. His dedication paid off, and the play toured from 1998 to 2000. He invested his profits into his second play, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, that introduced the famous character of Medea, which Perry played himself. It was supposed to tour only 5 cities, but audiences really liked Medea.
Who done got murdered? Somebody got murdered?
Whew, wow. Ella went through a lot.
I know. And
The man went through a lot.
I actually didn't know that he was going through abuse.
For real, that's new
Yeah,
to you.
like-
It's new to me too, though.
Because like I just like how like when someone becomes big and then like
You never
there's
really
a
see
whole
the back.
backstory
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, I didn't know abuse was part of it.
And Kamani
Yeah.
thought her story was moving.
Oh my gosh, it is! You guys love me, you guys
Yeah.
know. I'm through
No, but this is exactly what we were talking about. Because like think of the man, think about the time when he was living that moment when he had this moment he had on TV when he was watching Oprah and everything.
Yeah.
But like when he actually got to like make his first play.
And nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up.
Actually, it
I
takes
can't
30
imagine.
people showed up.
I can't imagine.
Imagine
what
such
that
a
was
small
like.
crowd showing up to like your big event, your big dream come true, whatever.
Imagine
And
what
then-
was going through his head.
Yeah. How does someone continue to believe in themselves after such an experience?
Power. Right there.
It's a superpower, it really is.
Yeah. So,
That's not normal. Those are superhuman things. you
but
guys.
Yeah.
so I feel that this is just one of the many, many stories that are out there, and other people have different issues that they
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
that act as a hindrance
That
to-
question.
that question the self-belief. And
Yeah.
so maybe we should look at some of the detractors so that we can reach out to somebody out there who's in a different situation and just speak more to the people. Okay. Okay.
Because like I actually faced this myself. There's this pressure that
Open up.
Safe
Yeah.
space over here. The
yeah,
four of us.
yeah.
When Lisa did go.
Yeah.
Oh, and they come like, oh, you guys. Yeah. So I also go through this pressure of impressing people,
Ooh.
like
Okay.
How about
impressing.
we all?
How
Parents.
else wanted you guys?
Like I'm thinking, like in the lines of Tyler Perry, the time his play flopped, I think he was of age and he had expectations from like family.
Yeah.
and
Probably
everything.
they wanted him to do something else and he said, I'll show you.
Exactly.
I'll come for you.
And then, so it's like you make this big move, this big decision, say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to listen to what you're going to say. I'm not going to do the course
Yeah.
you want me to
That is true because where were the cousins
Yeah.
when he was
Zambia.
And then you flop, and then you flop.
Yeah.
I feel like that would take like a huge toll on yourself.
Yeah.
And
Your
imagine the
self-belief
mocha.
and everything. Yeah. So like, there's always that pressure that comes when whenever you're doing something or whenever you want to try something out, you're thinking, what are people gonna say? What are people expecting?
What are they seeing?
Yeah.
Am I giving them?
But there's a difference when it comes to who you're trying to impress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and getting it done. Because like if you're getting it done to impress certain standards or impress certain people, you might not like live to your fullest potential.
Yeah. You might
Then
end up
again-
where you impressed them.
Yeah.
But then again, don't you think that sometimes it comes with the responsibility, right? There's impressing people in general,
Yeah.
being a people pleaser, and then there's actually people you have to. Let's say you're a family man,
Yeah.
and you have responsibilities.
Yeah. The money that was supposed to go
Yes,
to savings,
yes,
not
and
the
like-
wife you're starting.
Yes, you kind of had to
Yeah.
like forge ahead with life by, directing your energy somewhere. But then because of your dream, you want to take them elsewhere.
Yeah.
And your family is telling you, no, not this direction because it's too risky. And the truth, the hard truth is that our dreams and our paths are risky. Like
Yeah.
they have a lot of risk. And so don't you think that it's more than just mockers? It's also the responsibility. How do you deal with that kind of pressure from your loved ones, from people you have to take care of? Because if you lose out on this, you're losing money. How are you going to take care of them? There's all of that, like that. So I think how best can somebody in that situation
I
handle it?
honestly think that's where the word wonder comes in. It's a wonder really. Like I feel like there's no science that you can say do this and do that and do that and you're going to overcome those things. Because the truth of the matter is those comments will come. The pressure to impress will be there. To impress your wife, to impress the people who mocked you, those who didn't believe, to impress those who do believe. It's always there. And it's a loud voice at the end of the day. But I feel like just as I said, it's about working your self-belief muscle. It's about rising above that. Those things are going to be there. You are going to feel the pressure. You are going to sometimes want to impress. But it's about telling yourself, no, I'm bigger than this. And there's something, I'm not doing it to impress anybody. I'm doing it because there's something burning inside me.
But then what I mean is, what about when life's not just about you? What about when people are depending on you?
Oh, it gets tight there.
No, but I feel like that's where the reward for believing in yourself comes in.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like if you can persist in your endeavors, say you fail a couple of times, but you still direct your energies and sometimes your money towards like trying to do it again, because when you try one time, it's not guaranteed that you're going to succeed. So like if you go at it again, I feel there's a point where life rewards you
Yeah.
Because you get the results.
Okay.
And believing in, because like the thing is that you're believing in something that God put inside of you. There are seeds that God put inside of us. So like if you believe in those seeds, one day you get the fruits. And that's the reward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the problem is the fear of not trying, but the fear of failure, but the fear of not trying at all.
Exactly.
Okay.
Since we're talking fear, that's actually, I think, one thing that's hindered me in my journey of, learning to believe in myself and learning to believe in what I think I'm meant to do, I'm born to do. I feel like there's, apart from fear of failure, there's fear of rejection.
Yes.
There's fear of being criticized.
So many fears.
There are so many fears. There really are many.
Fear of spiders.
Fear of snakes. There's so many to think about. And in those moments, it's not even about the voices, it's what's going to happen. Talk about failure. I can imagine what he felt like. First movie fails. What do I do next? Exactly. I've had situations like that where you failed over this one thing and then you're scared to try again. I don't know, fear has this way of crippling you and crippling your idea to, move forward.
Don't try again.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I feel like once you shift your mindset from thinking of failure as a scar or something like that and start to think of it as actually a blessing and something that's there to refine you, then don't take the criticism and like pack it in a box somewhere. Every time you want to believe in yourself, you think of all the mean things people have said, or you count your failures just so that you can calm down. No, actually, fuel it. Think of it in a different way. Think of it as sort of motivation. You failed, you've gotten better, you can overcome this, you can do it again.
Actually, in the first episode for this season, I heard you guys talking about changing how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
I feel that's important because a time in my life, there was a time when like I would walk into a mirror and say, bro, you failed.
Yeah.
That was like the best thing I say, So it matters how you talk to yourself.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I feel like even the first episode was about self.
You're a fan.
I mentioned.
We're enjoying the gender equality.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So the first episode was about self-love. And now we're talking about self-belief. I feel like the two are connected.
Yeah.
Because like if you have self-love, you definitely ultimately
Talk to
believe in
yourself.
yourself. Yeah. Because self-talk is important to believe self.
Yeah.
Self-belief.
It's that thing that makes you look at your mistakes and say, look, you haven't failed, you just learned another way of doing it. Yeah.
Actually, on that particular point, I think even the guy who invented the light bulb, Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Yes. So he said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found a way of not doing it.
Exactly.
Right. And so I feel like really the issue of confronting failure is not you developing a muscle towards it, but rather you being accustomed and like where you reach a point where you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And you realize that failure is not the end point. Not like it's not the point when I'm going to stop. Failure is not a negative thing. So when you're confronted by failure, you say, wow, we go again.
I bet that happened with Taylor. Like the movie didn't happen. I try another one. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Especially
it happened once.
Especially when you've gone through the worst. You reach a point where no matter how much people laugh at you, you've been laughed at before.
Yeah.
So when they laugh at you again, you're like, tell me something I don't know.
You rise above the critique.
You rise above it all. And also, even the pressure that society brings to have the perfect record.
Yeah.
It's contrary to what reality is. Even as we're talking about confronting.
Don't you know all the adults got game classes?
The class
All of them were number one.
Okay, and we hear stories, especially that the backbenchers in the class most times are the ones who come and dominate in politics and then the A-class students they sit back and be in the office and whatnot. But the truth is that who's really controlling the system at the end of the day? And I actually learned that guys, backbenchers are pretty good leaders. Like, they're very good at influencing. They are influential people. I just realized there's so much strength in them that for the longest time our teachers haven't identified, and they just like mock them and say you're never going to have.
No, it's because like the standard that our teachers use. They want to see the grades.
Like be the good child, be the perfect records, but there's no such thing as perfect records. And like growing up for me, I think that for me, I was given it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with giving yourself high standards. I was given high standards, and like you need to get these grades. You can't go less, and I think that's only fair because you need to have high targets. They say if you aim for the stars, at least you land on the moon. Eh?
Yeah.
But then high standards are not the problem. The problem comes in when you don't match up or you don't get those high standards and you start beating yourself up and defining yourself by the fact that you didn't get the perfect records.
Yeah.
So there's perfect records all the time are unrealistic. So today you may go to this degree, tomorrow you may not. Not that draw you
70
back.
tomorrow you're 90.
And Miles Monroe also said that sometimes success is a drawback because when you're successful all the time, you begin to be reluctant.
Yeah.
As compared to
Even
when
God
somebody
knows the
fails, they know
resistance and
I'm going to put in the extra work. I'm going to put in the extra hours. Yeah. And so the key really is about doing your best all the time.
Giving it your
Giving
best.
it your best.
You can't be
That's-
average that way.
Yeah.
Like your genuine best, not that you gave your best, but meanwhile you know what you were doing. Where like you really applied yourself, you really, poured yourself out for that project. I feel like that's the beauty. That's
you
that you
guys.
should have a perfect record of constantly putting yourself out there.
I feel like we're going to stay here all day.
You guys, I'm actually being told by the producers that Taonga, the other host, was actually having a call with the CD of Virtuous Beauty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And we actually have that interview
Mm-hmm.
here in the house.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna cut to that now before the time runs out.
Movie time.
Let's go.
On this segment, I'm joined by Madam Laulinda. Madam Laulinda, you're welcome to this segment of Let's Chat.
Thank you, Tawanga. I'm so happy to be here.
It's an honor, not only an honor, but a privilege for us to be seated in the midst of greatness. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm humbled.
So on this segment, we're going to be looking at a very, very interesting topic, and stay glued, Bunny, stay glued. We're looking at self-belief, the wonder of self-belief. You know how we have people that have idolized, or should I say, set people to inspire them, and they are leading these industries, leading these ministries, and these people seem to have it all together. Even I, for one, when I look at Madam Laulinda, I see this person who's all confident, bold, and has it all together. So, to Madam Laulinda is this question I'll pose: does she ever have any low times? Does she have those times where she feels like, oh God, what is this?
Okay. First and foremost, I'm so humbled that you think, I'm that kind of a metal.
You are.
It's very humbling. Do I get low times? Yes, I do. I do. One thing people don't understand is the scripture says, imitate me as I imitate Christ. So in as much as a person reaches a particular level, there is still a lot of learning that needs to be done. So I have learning at my level, and I might be ahead with regards to other people. I might be ahead, but that doesn't mean that I'm not also doing my own personal learning. So there are drills that the Lord takes me through. There are things that the Lord allows me to go through, and that have to shape me and puts me in sometimes in a very uncomfortable situation, so that I can come and become something else, something bigger and something greater. So yes, I do have my low times, but the beautiful part about it is if you're rooted in God, guess what? He has a way of sustaining you. He has a way of pushing you up. There's like an upward thrust in your spirit that's there.
Yes, Madam, like you said something very, very important. You mentioned the aspect of God and how you've also handled low times that you've been presented with. I would also like to find out how it is you managed those low times.
Personally, there's a lot to do with my relationship with God. Now, I know that sounds cliche, because a lot of people be like, there's a lot of my relationship with God, but the truth of the matter is my feeding, number one. I have to feed. And what is feeding? I have sermons that I listen to. I have material from my place of home, which is my home place, which is TGC. Yes, so there are sermons that I listen to on the daily, and there's material that I go through, and that has a way of programming me to be a certain person. All right, so I do feed. And then there's a lot that the information that we take in does to us. So what I realized is when I have those attacks, there are literal times when I'll have certain, like my conscious will start to project even scriptures or certain things that Dad would say, or give me a clip of how of a certain meeting when he said something. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. And I caught it. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, I do remember there was a point in time where it would come late. I would have already cried a bit. But
so there was also crying.
There was also crying. Sometimes it does get tough. But the beautiful part about it is when you realize, when it dawns in you that this is it. No matter what is going on, this is it. And it's birthed from something within. It's not something that somebody tells me. It's something that is birthed from within. So most of the time, it's an internal conviction and guidance that helps me manage those situations. So for people who might be asking what they should do, I would advise, be diligent in feeding. Whichever place that you're serving at or you go to, be there for every service. Be involved. Listen. Be in the service. Experience everything. Because those are the small things that build the wall that will stop your enemy from penetrating.
It's about to get really, 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 really real in here. Guys, I welcome you to the Real Minute. I'm joined with the coolest kids on earth. Welcome, guys. That's Tasha, David, Kahoni, and Taonga on the floor.
In here, we are already in it.
Yeah. So, alright. So, the Real Minute is a game where I get to ask these guys 10 real questions under a minute. They each get a minute to answer 10 real, uncomfortable questions. Okay? But because I'm merciful, I'm going to provide an escape for only one of them, and that escape is they have to guess a song that will be played only 5 seconds in, maximum 10 seconds.
Ready to escape.
Right. Let's get started. I hope you guys are ready.
We're ready.
Alrighty. So this song is of course a song, and you guys have to guess.
Let's go.
5 seconds.
Okay.
Alright. Silence.
Oceans by Hillsong.
Oh, Tasha guessed it! Alright, Tasha is set for
Winner!
the minute. Okay, bye Tasha. You don't have to answer the uncomfortable questions that are coming up.
I wish I was Tasha.
Alright, you guys get ready. Okay, so
wait, how are the questions going? Is it in this order, one person at a time?
I'm going to go
Okay.
hold it on one person. The answers, she's done.
Okay.
But it's the same
I'll cry
question.
if you start with me.
Be honest.
I'm really
It's
scared.
the house of the Lord. We're the ministry here. Be honest. Okay. Alright.
You're starting with David, right?
No, ladies first.
Tell me again.
No, we're starting from
I'm super scared, guys.
Okay, let's go, Bill. Let's go. Give it
I'll
to her.
start with
Okay, you choose.
No.
Chonga. Why did you say no? I was going to speak you. So Chonga. I have 10 real questions.
Fast.
Alright. Question 1.
Yes.
What made you cut off a friendship?
They picked someone else over me.
Is there a time?
What is the most crucial
Time.
thing in a healthy relationship?
Most crucial. Quality time.
Would you rather get back together with your very first ex or give up social media for a whole year?
Give up social media for a whole year.
Oh,
Who's the most important- right?
Yeah.
Who's the most important person in your life?
God.
What? I said person.
Yeah, person. There are many.
Oh,
Why?
Who's the
Don't
most
say my
important
name.
person in your life?
It's me.
That's really true, guys.
Tell me what. How's your mom of the trust?
I know, right? Why am I not the best?
Time up.
Okay, let's time up on that question. What's the longest you've ever gone without a shower? Be honest.
72 hours.
Oh my
72 hours, that's how many days?
No, 72 is 3.
No, I think you know 24 plus 12.
Okay, 1 day and a half. She's gone without a shower for 1 day.
It's 72, it's corner camera. Let's
If fear was not a factor and you could never fail, what would you do?
Ooh, I would build the biggest and the most beautiful resort.
Wow.
The most
Okay.
beautiful resort with multi-arts facilities, like a resort in a nice place.
Wow.
Wow,
I like that.
that's a good aspiration. I love that. Alright, what body part gave you the most insecurities?
My head.
Your head.
Your hair?
My head and my forehead.
Okay.
Because of its size.
Okay, thank you for that honesty. What's something you're glad your mom doesn't know about you?
She's going to find out anyway.
That's the whole point. Time is ticking.
That I had a boyfriend at a young age.
What age was that?
I was 17.
Okay. Human morality is learned, not innate. True or false?
True.
Who would you consider your hero?
Daddy Manji.
Oh, shout out, man. Alright, now we move on to David.
No, but why don't you say the best for last? So you can move on to Kahu.
Okay,
So
guys.
now, did you actually?
Yes, do the best for last. Come on, just
Exactly
take
what
it.
Okay, then I would have to make an opinion or a decision.
Yeah.
Who do I think is the best?
Yeah.
Alright, David, answer these questions. What made you come
But let's do it.
What made you cut off a friendship?
They're not adding to my growth.
Alright. What is the most crucial thing in a healthy relationship?
Crucial. Love and respect.
Alright. Would you rather get back together with your very first ex or give up social media for a whole year?
Maybe the first one.
You'd rather get back?
Yes.
Wow, you have to
She's
say-
like, you have a chance.
Guys, that was
Guys, you have a chance. Hey, whoever you are out there, you have
You
a
have a
chance.
chance.
Alright. The
Yeah,
next
social
question.
media. Just, yeah, go.
The next
Yeah,
question
show me
is-
your head.
Okay. Who's the most important person in your life?
2. Mom and Samanji. Owita Manji.
Person.
They both contribute to different
Choose one.
aspects. Samanji.
Someone. That was your mom. Okay, but shout out to Samanji. What's the longest you've ever gone without a shower?
48 hours.
2 days, guys. You hate it?
I'm better than most.
That's
Okay.
2012.
If fear was not a factor and you could never fail, what would you do?
Redeem Africa from its poverty.
Big ups for that. Big ups for that. What body part gave you the most insecurity?
My feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about him? What's wrong?
Too many scars. So I was like, and growing up, I never did shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too late. That's the cause of insecurity.
Your next question is, what's something you're glad your mom doesn't know about you?
What mom doesn't know about me?
And you're glad about it.
That I'm a world changer. She doesn't know yet, but I'm not glad she doesn't know.
No, that's
Wait, something that I'm glad she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Probably my search history back in the day.
wow, that's intriguing.
Back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So human morality is learned, not innate. True or false?
True.
Who would you consider your hero?
Since I gave out on someone, I'll give this one to my mom.
It's not a competition.
Mama's boy, of course, you have to bring it home. Yeah. All right. That's it with your questions. We move on to the last.
Yeah, to the best.
The best. The best.
Yeah, I think Bill's world.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I had to pick one. So
Yeah, and you picked her.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I just
bro,
did
no hard
keep picking
feelings.
up, pick it down.
No hard feelings, guys.
All right, Kaboni, here your questions. What made you cut off a friendship?
They insulted something I found to be important.
Your mom?
No, certain priorities I had at the time. They thought they were ridiculous.
Mm. Okay. What is the most crucial thing in a healthy relationship?
Shared values and principles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spirituality?
I feel like your principles stem down to your spirituality, so.
Okay. Would you rather get back together with your very first ex or give up social media? I said your very first ex and then maybe you had couple. But
Was that putting them out?
I'm so
it could be like, I don't care of ex.
Oh my god, give up social media.
You'd give up social media.
Yeah.
Was toxic.
Why was it? Yeah, was it a toxic relationship?
Yo, that's Pandora's box. You do not know.
Alright, who is the most important person in your life?
Myself.
No, apart from yourself.
No, there's no exemption clause.
Is that a valid answer?
It is.
How
I
so?
think I'm top priority. I care about my spirituality and everything else falls in line. Yeah.
I guess it's good answer.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I don't want to hate the mothers and the fathers out there.
Alright, what's the longest you've ever gone without a shower? Be honest.
48 hours.
When last was that? When was that?
Yes, back, guys. Yes, back.
1 year back.
Oh, 1 day back?
Okay.
Alright, if fear was not a factor and you could never fail, what would you do?
Everything I'm about to do.
What is
With my
that?
life. Like
What
my
are you
dreams.
about to do?
Achieve all my dreams. There's so much. I don't know what one thing that I would like pinpoint.
So she said everything she's about to do, meaning to her even in reality.
Fear is
not
not
a factor.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I saved the best for last.
Yeah, you clearly
Yeah.
This is the best for
What
last.
body part gave you the most insecurity?
I think my hair or my head. Not my forehead, but like my hair.
Your hair.
Yeah.
Quite clean.
Your hair. What's wrong with your hair? You look awesome here right now.
It was the absence of it that gave me insecurity.
What do you call your hair?
What?
What's the color of your hair?
I'm an African brunette, you guys.
African brunette. African brunette.
Yeah.
Alright, what's something you're glad your mom doesn't know about you?
What am I glad my mom doesn't know? She doesn't know that. I'm glad she doesn't know that I'm constantly taking her makeup products.
Ooh. I hope we get to show this video to her mom.
No, don't secret stuff.
So you steal from your mom's makeup?
No, I collect. I'm a collector. For safekeeping.
Call it what it is. You steal. Alright.
Safekeeping.
Took it.
Safekeeping.
With intent to permanently deprived.
Alright, human morality is learned, not innate. True or false?
True.
True. Who would you consider your hero?
Samanji, the Dimanji.
Oh, that you're going to say yourself again.
No, I think he's broken.
Shout out to
far.
Samanji once more.
Shout out, Daddy. Love you. Your favorite child.
Alright. Okay, we have come to an end of the real minute, guys.
That was quite uncomfortable.
We just discovered that our girl hasn't been bathing for 72 hours. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow! And we just found out
social media is just like, you know, it's a pivotal part in today's world.
Yeah, girl,
So,
text him on FB, Twitter, Instagram.
No, guys.
He's willing.
No.
He's willing.
Yeah, he is. Alright, guys, that's the end. That's a wrap of the Real Minute. Next time, watch out for like really. I feel like these were easy questions. Very easy.
Next time, Tasha
Next
is
time
taking the easy route out.
Oh, yeah.
We want her back. Come closer.
Tasha, come back. Come back, Tasha, for one question. Alright, it's a goodbye.
Bye.